Let's go Vikings! The Minnesota Vikings just experienced a complete meltdown in what can only be described as one of the most humiliating performances in recent franchise history. From the first snap to the final whistle, nothing went right. Offense, defense, special teams all collapsing under the prime time lights in a loss that now stands as the second worst of Kevin O'Connell's tenure. And as much as this team has faced adversity before, what happened Thursday night hit different. This wasn't just a bad game. This was a full-on unraveling. Let's analyze everything, but first make sure to click the like button and subscribe to stay well informed. The last time we saw something remotely this bad was back in 2022 when the Vikings got blown out by the Cowboys 40-3. But this felt worse. And it starts at the quarterback position. Carson Wentz wasn't just ineffective, he was downright detrimental. The first defensive play set the tone, a routine swing pass to Aaron Jones. Wentz sailing 3 yards over his head. From there, it only got uglier. His pocket presence was non-existent. His accuracy scattered, and his decisions costly. The interception that will haunt fans for weeks came with Justin Jefferson wide open across the middle. Instead of hitting the NFL's best receiver in stride, Wentz launched it 15 yards high, straight into the arms of backup safety R.J. Mickens, a player so unknown. The reaction was more disbelief than anger. That one play summed up the Wentz experience in Minnesota. He didn't just miss opportunities, he erased them. The offense wasn't just ineffective, it was paralyzed. And worst of all, Wentz showed zero accountability. There he was, laughing on the sidelines mid-game, not once, not twice, but multiple times. As the Vikings stumbled into halftime trailing and lifeless, Wentz and quarterback coach Josh McCown were caught on camera chuckling. It was a moment that sent shockwaves through the fan base. What could possibly be funny in a game where you're getting embarrassed on national television? What message does that send to your teammates, your coaches, your fans? And that's the part that's hard to digest. This team, supposedly built around toughness and culture, looked checked out. The energy wasn't just flat, it was disrespectful. Justin Jefferson, a perennial All-Pro and one of the most competitive players in the league, deserved better. The coaching staff, Kevin O'Connell, looked lost. The play calling was a disaster, especially early on. A 3rd-and-1 situation from the offset I formation with Jefferson at tailback and Jordan Mason at fullback turned into a baffling play-action rollout to the short side of the field. No space, no options, no rhythm. And somehow, they kept going back to pitch plays on the short side, as if expecting a different result. It wasn't just the offense that failed. Brian Flores' defense, equally brutal. For the second straight week, they were torn apart by a legitimate quarterback, this time Justin Herbert, who had his way with the Vikings from start to finish. Herbert threw for 227 yards, rushed for 60 to more, and accounted for 3 touchdowns. He barely broke a sweat. The Chargers held the ball for 40 minutes. Yes, 40 minutes. The Vikings defense gave up for 119 total yards, allowed 6 yards per play, and surrendered 3rd down after 3rd down. There was no pressure, no resistance, no answers. And while it's easy to blame the defensive backs Byron Murphy, Jeff Okudah, and Isaiah Rodgers all had rough nights, the problems go deeper. The Vikings entered the season with high hopes for rookie pass rusher Dallas Turner, but he's looking less like a future star and more like a liability. The absence of Andrew Van Ginkel, who now feels like the invisible MVP of this defense, was glaring. Without him, the unit lacked its usual spark. And don't even get started on the secondary. Playing Okudah at nickel, that backfired. His struggles outside are well documented. Moving him inside only magnified the issue. Then there's the tackling, or lack thereof. The Vikings let up 117 rushing yards, 5.1 yards per carry. And it wasn't Austin Eckler doing the damage, it was backups, 3rd stringers. Even guys like Gatson, who most fans couldn't name last week, were carving up the defense with ease. It was open season out there. No adjustments, no fight. Just helplessness. What hurts most isn't just the scoreboard or the stats. It's the symbolism. This game, this moment, this national embarrassment, it felt like the official turning point of the season. Whatever playoff hopes existed are now gone. This isn't about postseason dreams anymore. This is about survival. About identifying what pieces are worth building around in 2026. Because the Wentz experiment, it's over. And if he somehow starts again next week, fans have every right to be furious. The only silver lining, J.J. McCarthy, the rookie quarterback, expected back next week, now becomes the sole source of hope in an otherwise bleak season. The mission now is simple: develop McCarthy, evaluate the young talent, and salvage some pride. There's nothing else left to fight for. So here we are, Vikings fans. A season once filled with potential now rests on the shoulders of a young, unproven quarterback. Is he the future? We're about to find out. But as we close this first part of the report, I want to hear from you. What frustrated you the most about this loss? Was it Wentz? The coaching? The defense? Drop your thoughts in the comments. And now, with the dust settling after one of the ugliest nights in recent Vikings memory, the question is no longer how did we get here, it's where do we go from here? Because there's no more debate. There's no more justification. This isn't about bad luck, or a few missed calls, or a tough schedule. This team is broken, and the next decisions could shape the franchise for years to come. Let's be clear, if Kevin O'Connell trots Carson Wentz out onto the field one more time as the starter, it's a betrayal of everything this fan base was promised. The Wentz experiment was never about winning a Super Bowl, it was a bridge. But the bridge has collapsed, and it's blocking the very thing it was supposed to lead to, the future. J.J. McCarthy isn't just the most exciting player on the roster. Right now, he's the only storyline left that matters. And it's not just about development. It's about giving fans something to believe in again. Right now, fans aren't just disappointed, they're disrespected. Seeing your team quit on national TV is one thing. Watching your quarterback laugh through it, that cuts deep. And it wasn't just Wentz. Josh Metellus was caught doing the same down 24-3. That's not frustration. That's indifference. And indifference is deadly in the NFL. Brian Flores, once seen as a rising defensive mastermind, now has his own questions to answer. Can he build a unit that actually stops elite quarterbacks? Or is this scheme only effective against rookies and backups? Because if your defense crumbles every time a top-tier offense rolls into town, then it's not a playoff-caliber system no matter how exotic the blitzes look on paper. At this point, the Vikings season comes down to one name: J.J. McCarthy. Is he the guy? Can he command the locker room? Can he survive behind this offensive line? We're going to find out. And the sooner we start that evaluation, the better. Every snap matters now. Every rep is a step toward clarity in 2026. But it has to start with accountability. From the coaching staff. From the veterans. From the front office. Because what happened Thursday night wasn't just a bad game. It was a wake-up call. Now it's your turn. Should J.J. McCarthy start next week no matter what? Or do you think the team will stick with Wentz? Let me know in the comments right now. And if you haven't already, hit that like button and subscribe to the channel. We've got a long road ahead. Vikings fans, but we're riding it together. SKOL.